so much. So much. Like, what is it that you're attempting to defend? You know, with the Three of Cups in reverse, the King of Cups is a king. He sits on a throne in this picture, but it's also a loving energy. And it's also when we show up as a father and present it as if, like, I'm doing this because I love you, or I'm doing this for us. And it's like, but that's not really for us. You're attempting to win something we've already accepted defeat in. This is someone who truly should probably accept defeat. I'm gonna be.
All right, so you need to check this. Well, what I'm about to talk about today.
Through Rula, it's easier to connect with a therapist who specializes in you.
Who specializes in you?
Tell us what's important.
All right.
Hey guys,
so
how
this
are you? I
young
come to you
lady,
tonight
Kia
with a
Talise,
message. My phone is
has
a
a
little
great
blurry.
video.
I didn't really make
She has a great video,
time
and you need to check it out. I'm gonna piggyback on this.
Settle myself. I hopped straight out of meditation to give this message because it felt very urgent. And
all right, so her name is Kia Talise. You've been gifted a dimension. Your spiritual coordinates exist now. So, well, I'm gonna piggyback on this. I'm gonna share her information inside of this video that I'm gonna do. But I just needed you to understand where I was coming from and the origin of where my conversation is coming from. Kia Talise. Because let me just start it off with this. Everyone that is trying to make it nowadays in 2026 is like, remember on Titanic when Leonardo DiCaprio was like, I'm gonna die, take the log. Whole time they both could have survived. She took the log and she survived, and they told the story at the end when she got old, right? That's what the energy is with human beings now and after 2020, shit got weird, right? We have forgotten how to love because we're living in a false version reality of scarcity. We're not scarce. God is still real. We're not scarce. We're abundant beings of God. We are his creatures. He created us in abundance. Everything God creates is in abundance. But we act and lack because Corona, after 2020, with the whole 3 years out of communication with other human beings and then the STEMI checks, they placed us in a scarce energy. And we're still living in that now. Well, some of us. So my first issue of narrative is to say, if you see someone, whether it's any social media, give them the shout out because they deserve it. It's free. It don't cost nothing. It's free. And people think, I'll be bugging because I do the same thing in real life. Even though internet life is fake, it's the same thing, or just a different dimension. In real life, I give people compliments. Sometimes they don't even take it, but I still give out that energy. Now, do I do it excessively like I used to? No, because I need to reserve energy for myself because people try to take your power. Now, in her video, she spoke about how you need to build your own world. As you can see, I have my paints. I have my pieces that I'm about to paint on. You see, you feel me? You feel me? Because I'm building my own reality. And I've been doing this for a minute. And I'm just going to keep it a buck with you because we live in a falsified world. Everyone's be lying and be capping. My art doesn't make much money and I don't care because I have faith. I have faith and work. And I just don't have faith because faith is only, I think, a fraction of what God wants us to have. He needs to know that we're determined and ambitious and driven to not just do for our own will, but for his will. So, but I like where her conversation was going because she spoke about two gods not not sharing the same realm. Basically, you can't serve two masters. Essentially, that's what she was saying. Any type of any power sharing power with another power, you're gonna have conflict. Period. Unless they're on the same timeline or frequency, which is very rare, you're gonna have conflict because two power sources have to be dominant. The only way it can work is if one innately submits. And even in submission, it doesn't mean that it agrees with the other version of dominance. And I want to piggyback on that because we're in a world right now where everyone's trying to win. Oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Because we all have the ability right now to just believe, right? But really think about it. Let's just play I don't like the saying, but let's just play around. Let's just play devil's advocate. Say everyone in the world was a millionaire. Everyone had a business or some sort of gift. Who's going to consume? Who's going to consume? You get what I'm saying? Having a wish, having a dream, having a knowing inside that you are meant for something bigger. That's all swelling good. That's gravy. But does it logically make sense for the end goal? So the point I'm trying to make is this: we all have our own world. We all have our own world. That's what an individual is. You're your own entity. But how many who participates in your world? Like how many? It's like having a concert, and everyone in the audience is a singer as well. How you gonna have a concert? Who's gonna be the star, like the headliner? Like I know my explanation is kind of like everywhere, but we all can't be the thing. It's impossible. Someone's gonna have to step back and understand that they have to sit down. And I truly want everyone to win, but we have to win in an organized way. And because part of me, I have a an odd way of seeing the future. Part of me sees our future as very bleak and very confused because I don't think this new world knows where to go. I think we're just like driving aimlessly into the future without a direction. And then the other part of me feels that those that truly are meant to make it will define the future and will steer the future in its natural, innate, correct direction. You know, because here, I'm gonna give you an analogy. It's like everyone is running in the marathon. Not everyone's gonna finish in the marathon. Say there's 1,000 people running in the marathon. Probably like maybe like 100 might finish. 100 might finish out of the 1,000. And I'm being generous because where we're at right now, everyone is tired of working. No one wants a job. No one wants to work for the white man, or quote unquote. No one wants to work for the system, right? So if no one wants to work for the system, who we gonna work for? And people say, "Well, I'm gonna work for myself." How? What are you gonna produce that is great enough to actually gain some sort of like currency to actually sustain yourself? Because everyone out here is trying to make it. And not everyone is gonna make it. That's the reality. But if you're truly gonna make it, you're gonna make it. You know, I don't want to use the example of Hollywood, but let's just use the example because God is telling me, He's been telling me since I started my YouTube. He's like, you need to be more raw. You need to be more honest because if people just knew the thoughts in your mind, you could probably change the world. But part of me is fearful that the thoughts that I have, they're too raw. But it's like, if not now, when? If not now, when, to be this raw? And I'm a Leo anyway, so it's like you're gonna have to roar eventually in the jungle, and whoever you scare, you scare them. It is what it is. But I'm inside. I'm a kind heart, so it makes me feel a certain way to make people shaky. But fuck it. In Hollywood, not everyone in Hollywood is actually talented. We all know that. And we all know that the awards and the accolades that people attain in Hollywood are not due to their talents. It's what they do behind the scenes. It's the fact that they were delusional enough to say that I will make it. Who knows how many babies they didn't eat and how many blood sacrifices they didn't did, how many people had to bend over, get it in the butt. Like, who knows how much creepy shit they had to do on the couch with Weinstein and all the other ones, Diddy, Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? Part of making it is not just your craft. It's what you're willing to do to get to the top. And those at the top will determine, those will be the tastemakers. So God is testing all of us to see who is really going to be the tastemakers. Because with God wrote the whole story. It is all written. He knows who's going to make it. We're just living in the story. God knows who's going to make it and who's not going to make it. But he wants to see how determined we are, how much tenacity we have to actually get there. I've been painting since 2020, prior to that. And God said, do you still have the energy to make it? Have you given up yet? Are you burnt out? Are you tired? You get what I'm saying? And I am tired. But I still have the energy of creativity that lies inside. He said, I want to see how far you can go. I want to see how far you can max out. And that's where I relate to this beautiful lady's message, because some of us are going to go by the wayside, period. But some of us will just somehow persevere, whether it be through God, through the angels, through our ancestors, through the physical help we get, or just through our tenacity. Some of us will make it and some of us won't. And I want to just give, because you can still make it and help at the same time. Most people think you got to be fully selfish. You don't. I wanted to just say I'm proud of all of you out there that are trying, because I know that some that try will not make it to the end. It's just on God. Many of us that are trying will not make it to the end because we don't have the energy to do it. Some of us might have children. Some of us might have people to take care of, family, a house, a car payment. Who knows? Some of us might be homeless, psychotic, drugged out. Who knows what this world can do to you? Especially if you're chosen, then you know you're gonna have warfare. But I wanna stay on track and piggyback on what Miss Talise was talking about. We're going to have warfare in the future. And some of the warfare might actually be between chosens versus chosens. Because just because you're chosen doesn't mean that you're actually on the good side. It just means that you're chosen. It just means that you're gifted. And I want to say good luck to all of us, the good and the bad. Because it's just a game. It's just a game. But I want to be honest with our reality. A lot of people on the internet is capping. They buying fake views, buying fake likes, buying fake checks, buying fake you get what I'm saying. Not everything is real. There's so much fake. They got clones, fake titties, fake ass, fake lips, fake. There's so much fake in the universe right now. And God is he's cleansing it out. He's saying, I only want the truth to be in the future. I only want the real. If you ain't the real, I don't want you. And that's essentially where I really want to get at with this conversation. Your reasoning for being great has to be beyond your ego, has to be beyond your own selfish desires. Even though being selfish is good sometimes, when you're working with a God, the true God, the Almighty, High Elohim, Supreme God, when you're working with God, it's His purpose beyond yours. So when we get higher on the mountaintop, He's going to test us. He's going to find your weaknesses and He's going to test us. Not in a bad way. He just wants to see why we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you might meet competition with normal people, with bots, with other chosens, with the enemy, with Hollywood. Who knows who you're going to encounter? But just keep your heart pure. Try to be open, because I know what's going to happen is, like, even in YouTube, you got people on YouTube selling their soul to Satan. The demonic spirits are everywhere. Ain't nowhere they can't go. They're not omnipresent like God, but they can slither into anybody's life. Be careful. So I want to say this before I go. As you can see, this is my gift. I have more than one gift, but part of my gift is creativity. I'm an artist. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, because my certainty is only man-made. I'm still human. Do I believe I'm full human? No. I believe that God put some extra magic inside of me, but I'm still human. I'm in a human vessel. I don't know for sure because I'm not God. I don't even know I'm gonna make it, but I'm still going hard. For all I know, I could be just a starving artist like Van Gogh, cut my ear off and die. And then or I could be like Basquiat and kill myself in the 27 club, even though I'm 36. But you get what I'm saying. I don't know my future. I don't know what God has planned for me. But one thing I can say, and I will piggyback off of Miss Talisa's video, we are the creators of our own universe. And the veil is so thin, we can actually manipulate our universe more than we think. We have more power than we think. The reason why I'm painting right now is because God told me baby steps. If you truly want a better future, then create it in baby steps. For instance, what if I said, man, damn, I'm tired. I'm just trying to smoke a blunt and fuck on something. God gonna say, okay, well that's clearly where your mind is at. Because just to be honest with you all, when it's the full moon, I get horny and I want to smoke weed. So I know my weaknesses, I know my desires, I know my thrills. But God's gonna say, why does that have more importance than your gift? Why does that have more importance than your journey? Why does that have more importance than your mission? You get what I'm saying? So you can alter your life, but you gotta be on the tight and narrow path. If I stay smoking weed my whole life, God gonna say, you actually had the gift. And you exploited your gift in the wrong way. You lost its magic, and now you 50 years old looking back saying, damn, I could have did something with it. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this is because this happened to many people in my family. Gifted people. But they never pursued it to the end. You gotta get to the finish line. If you run in the race and you burn out halfway, just because you weren't in the race does not mean you win. You have to finish. You have to finish. And then that's when God will clap his hands and say, glory to my child. Here's the trophy. You have to finish. And then that's when God will give you the gift to become like him and to build a world of your own. The reason why I'm painting is because my painting, my artistry, is my world of my own. You know how in Hollywood they say, man, I need to buy my masters back. I need to get my publishing. It's because they're bound by a deal. They're bound by a contract. 360 deals, you basically enslaved. When you're free, You can create something because your creation is your freedom. Your creation is your independence. But you cannot, once you sell your creation, you have nothing. Imagine, what if God sold us to Satan? We would be nothing. We would be enslaved forever because your creation is your freedom. Your creation is your power. Your creation is your identity. If I make a baby with a woman right now, we created something and it has our genetics. If I sell my child off to one of them creepy foreigners, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know how certain countries will say a white person want to buy a baby or something like that. If you sell off your identity, you no longer have ownership. You no longer have ownership or and quick side note, I'm not saying that all white people are creepy for adopting babies. I only made that comment because in Hollywood they always have some weird desire to adopt an African baby. Who knows what the fuck going on? But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this. When you create something, have enough respect for yourself. Have enough self-confidence. Have enough what's the word I'm looking for? Have enough self-worth to understand that your creation is yours forever. For instance, remember when Jay-Z sold what was it? Dr. Dre sold Beats by Dre. Jay-Z sold all businesses. How many Jews sell businesses to blacks? How many of them make a product and sell it to us so we can flip it? None. Do you understand what I'm saying now? When you build your own world, you have full control over all of it with no other outside domination. Just like Wakanda, they didn't have no colonizers, no Europeans, no none of that. It was just all Africans, and they dictated all. They controlled the technology. They controlled the spiritual universe. They controlled the animals. They controlled all of it because they held on to the ownership. And I say that because your future is yours. You own it unless you give it away. Why do you think slaves back in the day wanted to be free so much? Not because of their physical freedom, because many of us are still enslaved today. They wanted freedom to attain things for themselves. They wanted acquisition. Tulsa, Oklahoma. They wanted their own. They wanted to be detached. They wanted full sovereignty. Do you get what I'm saying? But in order to have full sovereignty, you can't have anyone competing against you. It's yours alone. You can only serve one master. Otherwise, it'll be complication. So let me end it here. If you have a gift, continue it. Even if you have no, um, even if you have no outside, uh, like no outside viewership. Like, what if you have no fans? You know what I'm saying? You have no audience. Should that really make a difference? Honestly, should that you don't get you're not getting no funds? A lot of people on the internet, they do these little Patreons, you know what I'm saying? Or they'll say, give into my ministry. Who knows if they getting money? Some of them probably broke, but at least they're trying. You get what I'm saying? You have to really have that much like you got to be your own cheerleader. You got to have that much power in your own delusion that you just continue going. They're going to think you damn near retarded. Continue going because you have made it a certainty. You affirm to yourself that you were somebody and that you, regardless of people believing you or not, you believed in yourself and you knew that God believed in you too. If God has faith in you, he's not waiting on him to have more faith in you. He needs you to have faith in you. And also, bigger than that, you need to have faith in him. Because if God have faith, it's like having a child. If you have faith in your child and your child don't have faith, no faith in themselves, it doesn't matter. If you tell your child, you're beautiful, you're pretty, You're attractive. You're handsome. And if they're insecure, it doesn't matter. They have to say, you know what, Papa? You know what, Daddy? You know what, Mommy? You're right. I am attractive. You know why? Because it's self assured. Something in their mind clicked and said, I am what I am. And they also have belief in their parents that their parents are loving and truthful. You're not going to lie to me. Why would you tell me a lie? You know, when children say, well, if what the children used to say? You're not my daddy. You're not my mother. They're saying those are the only authorities that matter. You need to be on that type of time. You need to act like a child. What authorities matter to you? Follow your authority. I am my own authority. I am my own authority. If you looked at my YouTube account, I got like 50 subscribers and like 4 views. I don't give a fuck. Why? Because God told me to speak my word. Give the good gospel. What did they say? Give the good word. However you do it, give the good word and keep the faith, and all things shall come to you. Because who knows how long I'll be in this thing? I might be painting for 2 more years, but it's my devotion to myself, to my freedom, and to God. I don't know if my art will make money one day, but I came to the conclusion that I don't care no more. Because we've been working for the system forever. No one questioned that. So why would you question your own reality? Why would you question your own faith? Why would you question your own future? You weren't doubtful that you would spend 20 plus years in schooling, but you did that because you were trained to do it. You weren't doubtful that you go to college and university and you be paying college debt. You weren't doubtful, but you did it. You got a sheet of paper. You did it. Some people got masters. You did it. More than one master's. You did it, but you never questioned it. But you will question your own future. You will question your own self. You will doubt your own self because you spent more years feeding the system and not yourself. You get what I'm saying? You can only serve one master at a time. So I want to thank this beautiful young lady for sharing her piece because it's the truth. And also, even if it wasn't the truth, the fact that she has the confidence to speak her own truth, because only truth that really matters is God's truth. Everything else is just opinions. We're human. But the fact that what she's saying actually makes sense, you got to applaud her for that. And you got to give her grace to continue. You got to give her a pat on the back and say, I see what you're doing. Because one thing I've noticed about scarcity is that people will lose the ability to open their heart because they feel like someone else is going to take theirs. So what? Give out the love, because giving love brings more love in. This world is so scarce, it's sad. We got so many people on this planet talking about, oh, let me not even get there. I mean, that's a tangent. Let me not go there. What I'm trying to say is this: open your heart and be more welcoming to sharing other people's accomplishments. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter if someone else wins before you. That was their time. Applaud them and continue going. Go back in the gym. What they say, shooting in the gym? Go back to the basement. Go back to the kitchen. Start cooking up. See someone else's accomplishment. See that as inspiration. For all you know, I could make it in the future. For all you know, I couldn't. It's 50-50. No one knows what's going to happen. But the only determining factor is you continuing to go forward. What did Nipsey Hussle say? It's what victory lap. It's a marathon. You have to continue going. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for your family. If you can't do it for your family, do it for God. Peace.